Hey everybody. So here's a look at airbrushes, compressors, and air tanks. It's just a quick look. I'll do some more really soon. This is what I first started off with, $120 combination deal. One airbrush, one tank. Problem with this tank is it only ever got up to 30 psi, and I couldn't adjust the pressure on top of that. So when the airbrush was used, it'd go from 30 down to 17, level out, build back up again. So it just wasn't really convenient or handy. I switched over to this thing a long while ago, and basically hooking this up means that the 30 psi this puts out, even though this takes 120, it could only ever get up to 30. So I'd have to take it to the gas station to fill up, and that was like $1 per fill. And most recently, the valve for that just basically broke, unfortunately. Let me check on the... So yeah, unfortunately, so it just started slow leaking all the time, even if it was totally shut down. And then the other problem here is that I suspect some water or some moisture from the air that's been trapped in here over the years has kind of rusted parts out, because this entire connection here is just no good anymore. A little bit of a turn and this would completely fall out, half a turn and it's totally sealed. So the tank itself still seems to be good, but this stuff is just so, I wouldn't be surprised if the bottom piece is welded in there. It just won't get loose whatsoever, so there's no way for me to take that apart and pull it, fix it, replace it. So I stepped up to this here. Just got it yesterday. I've been pulling all the stickers off of this tank to put them onto this one here. And I just put those on, and a week later this thing decided to die, unfortunately. So it's the same basic setup as this compressor here, but this one goes up to 100 psi. The tank itself, I don't know how many gallons it holds, but basically it will take up to 100 psi overall. It has a shut off at 60, so when the tank fills up to that point, and then turn on at 35, so when the pressure drops below 35 psi, the compressor kicks on. So let's take a look at the different sounds. First of all, the air tank. That's right, totally silent when it's in operation. I could get about 30-40 minutes of use out of that tank. This little guy here, got a little bit of volume to it. This one here, now isn't that nice? Definitely significantly quieter, at least on the high ends. This has a really good muffler built into it. Basically, so right now we're coming up to 20 psi. I'm going to let this fill up to 60. That's it. So we got 60 psi, and I don't know how much in there actually for storage. But now we can go start using the airbrush all over the place. Looks like I can probably get about, well, that's about 20 seconds of continuous use, which is highly unlikely, so maybe a few times an hour this thing is going to power on until it kicks back up to 60 again. And it should shut off any second now. So initially, before I got this, I went over to a place like Home Depot, tried 3 different compressors, all in the $100 range, and some of them actually shook the floor, some of them rattled the windows, and they were all excessively loud. So I returned all those and just went back to this. It's basically 130 bucks on eBay, 160 shipped. It's a really good deal, and I'm going to like it a lot, I think. So, I'll be using this over the next few days. Now that I've got it, I damn well better at least. And I'll be talking more about airbrushing in the coming weeks. Thanks for watching. See ya.